Hello everyone, welcome to this Dragunov guide. In this video we're gonna talk about Dragunov's most important attack, the Running 2 or Russian Assault. As you should know, this move is an amazing attack. This has incredible range, it's +6 on block, it's one of the best approaching tools in the game, to be honest, one of the best while running attacks. Pretty fast, 15 frames, although this is not 15 frames, this is slower. This is 22, 23, 24 frames, because you have to keep into account the running animation. But still very fast for a while running move. And also big advantage on block, but also big damage on counter it, right? And it's not even optimal. This is not even optimal, but big damage on counter it. But you want to be sure to use this move effectively, and you want to be able to answer to your opponent's counters. Your opponent is going to try to stop you from using this move, and you want to know how, and how to deal with these counters. So, first of all, the first counter the opponent might try to apply here is to create space, because this move has great range, but not infinite range. At some point this move is gonna whiff, and your opponent is gonna basically kill you with a launcher. So you need to learn the comfort zone for running 2, the correct spacing, which is basically around range 2.9, 2.8, 3.0. This is the right range, because the opponent can't just backdash out of it. He's gonna get clipped, but also he can't press buttons in your face to stop you from using Running 2. You are far away from him enough, but also close enough so that he can't backdash out of it. So learning how to space this move correctly is extremely important. Then there are other kind of counters the opponent might try to apply. The first one, and is the most basic, is to sidestep. Sidestep this move. Now, you can sidestep both sides, this move. I think sidestep left is a little bit more consistent here, but this move is overall steppable on both sides. You see? I think left is a little bit more consistent, but you know, it's steppable both sides pretty much. It's pretty linear, but a good way is to sidestep, right? So how to deal with that as Dragunov players, how to deal with that? The first way is really to just use this homing. This move is here for a reason, is to stop people from sidestepping you. This deals pretty good damage, but it's a high. So this is not gonna happen until you get to very, very high level. I remember that I've heard about this strategy from Nobi, which is one of the best Dragunov players in the world, together with JDCR. And I'm gonna show you this defensive strat against this mix-up. Let me go on the other side. Here we go. Now I'm gonna record also jab into 443. To deal with this, you wanna sidestep into... why are you tracking me? You wanna sidestep into a quick duck. See? 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 This is a fuzzy guard. This is how... Okay, sorry for the stuttering. This is called a fuzzy guard, like I was saying, and is a technique to cover two options at the same with the same defensive move, right? Sidestep into a duck. This is, but you're not gonna find. I'm sorry. You're not gonna find players that are able to do this until you get to high level, almost tournament level. This is really hard, but this is a thing. Something that doesn't happen, for example, with Claudio, that has a very similar mix-up between running 2 and back 1. You can't do that against Claudio because the back 1 is a mid. It's a mid homing. So you can't duck it. You have to block it. And if you block that move, Claudio is safe at -5. So I just want you to understand that there are characters with almost the same toolkit as Dragunov, but better options overall. But you're not gonna find people that are able to do this until you get to very, very high level. Now, another way that you can try to apply to stop the opponent from sidestepping you is to prolong the animation of the running, of the while running too. So you do forward, you start to run, and instead of doing a super fast running 2 like this, you hold forward and you realign with your opponent in a very similar fashion to Mishima's wave dashing you in your face and realigning with you, so that if you step, they're gonna realign with a fast wave dash, and then they're gonna apply their 50-50. The only small problem of this technique is that it basically takes you a lot of time to release the running 2. So if the opponent throws an attack, you're not gonna be able to block it. So you only want to use this move if you this technique, if you know that the opponent is gonna respect you. If you know that your opponent is gonna respect you, you can apply this move. Otherwise, it can just clip you with something. But this is good to know. And this is the reason why sometimes you get clipped by running attacks. Even though they shouldn't have tracking, it's because they realign. If you prolong the running animation, they realign. But the move itself is steppable, you see? But if I prolong, I track. That's another strategy. Now, other strategies that the opponent might try to apply might be trying to throw a keep out. Now, to show you this, I need to switch to... Dragunov has no keep outs, so I can't use him. I need to change character. I need Kazuya. And what Kazuya can do here, for example, is using an electric as a keep out. Electric is like... Can I side switch? Okay, thank you. Electrics are amazing in this game because they are amazing keep outs, amazing whiff punishers. They're good for pressure in the neutral. They're amazing attacks. So Mishimas, they're gonna rely on electrics a lot, and they're gonna rely on electrics as keep outs as well. So if the opponent wants to stop you from applying this move, he's gonna use an electric. But an electrics are highs. So very important tool in Dragunov's toolkit is a slide. That if it connects on counter it, can you connect on counter it? You get this mini throw into pressure, right? Because then on wake up, can you try to apply a running too? But this works for high keep out tools, right? For an electric. If you're playing against a character with a mid keep out, where is quick select? For example, Brian, you're not gonna be able to use the slide, right? A little bit of stuttering. Okay, bit of stuttering. I'm sorry. Okay. You're not gonna be able to use his slide because you know, he is gonna clip you, right? So Brian is gonna rely on his neutral orbital. You see? It's gonna clip you. So in this situation, basically what you want to do is you want to wait for Brian to complete his attack, and then you want to apply the running 2 like this. Okay, that was a punish. So that even if he blocks it, at least you get something, right? So try to bait his keep out, and when he throws this out, just try to apply your running 2 immediately, like this. I mean, this is a strategy also if they're throwing a high keep out, but you know, you risk of getting clipped. So this is another strategy that you can try to apply against these kind of characters, but this is kind of a hard counter for running 2. So it's gonna be hard to get in against these characters. And then, finally, we're gonna talk about some specific setups where you can try to apply the running 2. For example, I need you to stay still. For example, this move, back 1-2, gives you enough frames here so that you can apply a running 2 immediately. So if you hit the opponent with this attack, you can immediately run in with a running 2. The same happens with moves like back 3. You can immediately use the plus frames to get in. Or something like, for example, while standing 1-2, you can quickly get in. You see? You can quickly get in and apply a 50-50 with a throw. But we're gonna talk about, you know, your options after the opponent blocks the running 2 in another video. One last thing I forgot to mention is the use of aggressive neutral tools, like for example Brian's 3+4, Jin's forward 4, Lily's forward 4. Aggressive neutral tools to stop you from getting in. They usually launch on counter it. They function in a similar way to keep outs, although they are different. They're more aggressive. They're used from up close, and these attacks are very strong against Dragunov. They can prevent you from getting in, as you can see. Now, the way to deal with this, you should try to use something faster to clip someone using an attack like this. Unfortunately, in this case would be very useful something like a Demon Paw, or just a fast power mid that you can throw in the neutral to scare the opponent. Unfortunately, Dragunov has nothing like that. 4-4-2, which looks very similar to a power mid, is unfortunately -12, so it can't be used for that, because the opponent can block it and punish you. Basically, the best tool you can try to apply in this situation is Dragunov's CD4, although this move is very slow. You might think that this is a fast move, but this is actually not a fast move at all. It can interrupt you very easily. But this is your best option, unfortunately. Dragunov is far from being a perfect character. He lacks of a lot of tools, and this is one of them. He lacks of a Demon Paw, something to stop the opponent from spamming this kind of attacks in the neutral. You can try to apply this as a good reward on counter it, but it's -12, unfortunately. Even something like a super fast sneak cancel into while standing free. This is not faster than CD4. Just apply CD4. They have basically the same speed. The move says 19 frames, but this is actually slower than 19 frames. Maybe I can demonstrate this. Let's say that I'm doing what moves? Okay, this is 20 frames, right? So let me record again. Gonna record Brian doing this into this, right? This is 20 frames, so CD4 should be faster, right? It's 19 frames. I can't interrupt Ryan here. Takes time to do that quarter circle forward motion. Takes time. This is almost, I think, 22, 23 frames. So, the only good thing this move has is the range. Has pretty good range, but it's pretty slow. So be careful when you're applying this move, because you can get countered very easily. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys, and take care.